Don't go too fast, don't go too slow. You gotta let your body flow. It's your boy Anubis, can't be stopped, and I'm back here with another division video, and we're gonna be going right in on something that I am super passionate about right now. Because if you are a gamer that played any type of MMO or any game that was really grindy, but you got to a certain point where you're like annihilating bosses and things like that, you know what this is about. All right, things that I would like to see fixed in Descent. We're gonna start with the weapons, okay? The weapons are not displaying the right damage numbers if the damage numbers are supposed to be correct. If it says 2,000 a shot, it should be 2,000 a shot. If it says 2,200 a shot, it should be 2,200 a shot. And if it's not that, then we need to take a look at what is going on. Also, we have to take a look at the damage numbers when it comes to assault rifles, sniper rifles, and things like that in Descent. Sniper rifles should be a one shot, one kill. That is period and point blank, except for elites or veterans. That is a whole different ball game, except when you get to higher floors with more damage that you have picked up along the way. Now, I'm gonna go on the limb and say that that part is probably going to be taken a look at, so I'm not gonna really dive too far into the rabbit hole of that. Talent pools. All right. What we would like to see in these talent pools, and if I'm speaking for most players out here that play Descent, or anybody that does play Descent, I will say that we need the talents that do the most damage and give us the most utility, which is Plague of the Outcast, Bullet Hell, and Breathe Free should be three talents that should rotate in every single one of the rotations. We can deal with everything else not being in rotation, and we don't have certain attributes, and we don't have certain damage attributes, we don't have certain utility attributes, and we don't have certain defensive talents. That is fine, because I do know for defensive talents, insulated, preservation, and clutch are on all of them. Critical, surgical, precise is on all of them. So I think three talents that should be available to us, Breathe Free, Bullet Hell, and Plague of the Outcast, should be available on all of them, because it will help with Descent runs for long distant runs. All those high loops that people are trying to get to, it's more easy to get to those high loops with those attributes. Also, we should have better choices for skills. I know they are trying to always randomize them and things of that nature. I get that. Okay. Now, if you're gonna randomize them for stuff that is actually utilized in the game. There is, and what I would say utilized in the game, I would say shields, turrets, drones, decoys, chem launchers, and what's the other one? Chem launchers and seeker mines should be priority of all. Every time it rotates, I think you should get a choice of each variant, either a turret, some type of turret. Matter of fact, every time you go in, you get, if it's turrets, you get either fire turret, sniper turret, or assault turret. If it's seeker mines, you get burn seeker mine, healer seeker mine, or explosive seeker mine. If it's stickies, you should get a choice of the three variants of stickies. If it's chem launchers, you should get versions of all the chem launchers at start of the game. Now, with those extra choices there in place, you can do a lot with that. If you don't like what you see, you back out, you come back in, you still get 3 choices, but they should be of the same variant. Because if you change up the variants and now you got to pick between either a striker drone, a shield, and this and that, you really don't have a chance to build up the kind of strategy that you're looking for, because it's so randomized that you're spending like 10 minutes going in and out, in and out, in and out until you get the perfect skill that you want to get those high runs. Because based on your skills, you know that that's how you fight. That's how you build around that. Some people build around the actual talents. I don't do that. I build around, especially in this game mode. This game mode should allow me to build around the actual skills. And if it helped me build around the actual skills, I would be able to have a more cohesive run. So therefore, when I'm picking talents, I could pick Surge, Devastator, Overpowered, things of that nature. So when I get to the Nemesis, I can have a shot at doing something with him, or make it even easier to do something with him, you know? So that's something that I would like to see updated, is the talent pool for the actual run through of Descent. Now, the real big thing for Descent is I'm going to go into is we need more rewards. I would like to see way more rewards out of a game mode that can possibly have people in here for hours and days, totally be honest with you. And that is, if you give the incentives that people are looking for, we are looking for exotic components. Newer players are looking for exotics, and we're talking about all exotics. Now, I know we put what did we put? We put raid exclusives in the dark zone, correct? Okay, if we put raid exclusives in the dark zone, how about this? Anything past loop 20, you have a 5% chance of a exotic drop from a boss, raid exclusive variant or otherwise. That means everything from raid exclusives, everything from the regular game, no matter what it is, except for those that you have to craft, like the Regulus, the Dodge City holster, what else? Dodge City holster, Regulus, Nemesis, unless someone's dropped a Nemesis for you, and now you should have the blueprint for the Nemesis. I'm not 100% sure. I think you still have to get the blueprint for the Nemesis to craft the Nemesis. What else? Yeah, just that. And the Diamondback. The Diamondback, you should go through Kinley College before you can actually get the Diamondback in the regular loot pool. So once you do all of that and you have all of those ready, you should be able to go ahead and do that. Of course, the Vindicator is in the Descent game mode, so you know you can't get the Vindicator unless you do Descent and actually purchase it from the store, and you do know those rolls are randomized every day. So every day those rolls are completely randomized. So one day you might get damage to targets out of cover, another day you might get damage to armor, another day you might get critical hit chance, another day you might get magazine size. You don't know what you will get. All right, so I say more rewards from the Descent mode. If we got more rewards from the Descent mode, that would make this a more enjoyable experience, because one, spending time with Descent causes people to be like, that is just way too much time to spend on one game mode for the amount of things that we get. Yes, there are exotic caches, but they are super expensive at the descent station because we don't get that many descent tokens from the actual runs. We get only 20 something descent tokens from actual boss rooms, and that's special bosses. That's not the actual end of loop run boss like special arena. The arena bosses only give you like 1, 11, 10. I've seen as high as maybe 17, and it's totally randomized how much they give to you. Now, some people are going to say, well, you got to get to those higher loops. How are people going to get to those higher loops without the proper talents? And how are people going to get to those higher loops, being that it takes 5 rooms to get through one loop? And if you're a solo player, depending on the higher the loop, the difficulty drastically jumps 1 through 5, because the nemesis is now eligible to be sought after quicker. So being that you can chase after the nemesis a lot quicker, it makes it so much harder to actually formulate a plan of action for certain rooms, because certain rooms will start giving you 2 waves versus the 1 wave, and so forth and so on. The rooms are going to get drastically harder as you go along. Of course, we all know that that's just the nature of the beast. If the rooms are going to get harder as it goes along, the reward should get higher as well. So, say for instance, you start off with loop 1, and you go in, you have a chance to get a reconstructed cache after in every room. Give it like a 5 to 10% chance to get a reconstructed cache. So therefore, you got people farming for reconstructed caches that don't have them, because it's going to be a lot harder for a new player to actually catch on to the mechanics to actually get those reconstructed caches. And those reconstructed caches can make or break a new player right off the bat, because they can actually have some talents and things of that nature that could be super useful to them, like Headhunter, the Sacrifice, and the Gift, the Matador for PvP. You know, all those meta quote unquote things that everyone is seeking after in the game mode. So those are some things that I would like to see. I would like to see better weapon damage, or more consistent weapon damage in the game mode. I would like to see more of the rewards in Descent. Exotics. I keep saying exotics. I know that a lot of these exotics have been locked behind content. It is 5 years later. Unfortunately, if all of us had to grind for those exotics, we are just going to have to take that L and let these other new players get in on these exotics. These exotics are sought after. They are needed for a lot of content, Ravenous, Regulus, and things of that nature. So let's unlock some of these exotics and put them in Descent. Even if you want to, you can put the blueprints to the Nemesis and things of that nature into the Descent game mode if you like. And then if they go up to loop 20 or something like that, they have a chance of getting their hands on one of the exclusive exotics, Bighorn, you name it. And that would make the actual running of Descent a lot better. So more rewards, more good stuff for Descent runners, more bang for your buck. Why would I run this versus this game mode? That's what I would like the devs to think. Why am I running control points versus public executions? Why am I running countdown versus summit? Why am I running summit versus descent? Why would I run descent? What is it that is going to make me run descent? All right, it's your boy Anubis, can't be stopped. I have talked your ear out for a long time, I know. And now that we have come to the end of the video, you know I do my videos in the raw. I'm out and about. Of course, I'm at the park and everybody is riding around with speakers on their bikes and other crazy contraptions they're riding around on. So excuse the music in the background and the noise in the background, but I like to give you everything straight up and straight out. So this is your boy Anubis, can't be stopped. Like and subscribe. If you like to see something that I don't see into descent, please put it down in the comments. Like and share this video with your friends, and maybe this will land on some devs' ears, and they'll think about reworking this game mode and making it a viable game mode that could actually spark some actual revenue for the game by actually putting some stuff in there that makes people want to grind for it, or some special things that people can buy, like the descent comms were missing and things like that. It would be nice to go to the store and buy that with premium credits. They have these premium credit packs, but they don't have nothing but vanity items to spend them on. But if there were collectibles in there, or even, because I remember when the game first dropped, you were able to get 2 exotics that you couldn't get in the game by purchasing them. Now, if any of the players that already have the Regulus, Ravenous, Bighorn, all this stuff, how about we set up something where we could purchase those things? I come up with hypotheticals to make people start thinking and get the conversation going. If we could get the conversation going, booyah. That's a win in my book. But like I said, it's your boy Anubis, can't be stopped. This has been another Division 2 video. Stay frosty out there, agents, and I'll see you in the next one.